MrAnimal Farm presents Coco's baby's first day outside from Periscope.
So, Coco kidded last Saturday, and she had triplets. So these are her 3 little babies. She had 2 girls and a boy. And this is their second day outside. They spent their first couple days inside in the kidding stall, and then we opened it up. We do too. We opened it up so that they could come out, but they didn't come out for a couple days. They'd venture into the bigger stall but not outside, and yesterday was the first time they were venturing outside, and today they've been out here pretty much all day running around playing. You can see they get a little worn out. They'll lay down and take a nap, and then they get up and run around and nurse, and then they lay back down and take a nap. So this little one that's black, mostly with a little bit of white on his head in the front, is the boy. And then that's a little girl, and then the one that was nursing first is also a little girl. And Coco's been a very good mommy. She's very attentive. And they are 8 days old today. We've got a couple more girls that are due to kids soon. She's nursing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very cute. And these guys were tiny. Thanks for the hearts. They were just over 2 pounds each. When they were born, they were all about 2.05. And 2 of them are going to go to new homes once they're old enough to be weaned, so it'll be another several weeks. But we are keeping the little girl who's mostly white and black. So these are dairy goats. They're Nigerian dwarf goats. So they have a good milk supply. They have a high butterfat percentage, so their milk's really sweet. So they are dual purpose, and that they're, milk. You can do milk and cheese and soap and stuff with them. But they also make really good pets. They're small, about the size of a golden retriever. So their small size makes them easy to handle, and they're also really friendly. Thanks for all the hearts. This little lady under the chicken ramp is Onyx. She is due a week from today. They need to have at least 1 buddy. So we always suggest at least 2 goats. They're herd animals. They can actually, if they're by themselves, they can get so lonely that they'll get sick. So they need at least 1 little buddy. Oh, no problem. I don't mind answering any questions. Thanks for all the hearts. So as you can see, Coco's all brown, and all her babies ended up being black and white. Their dad is black and white. But we were a little surprised because her kids from last year look all exactly like her. So when they came out looking completely different, we were a little surprised. Hi! Thanks for all the hearts. Hi! Are you done nursing them, Coco? Hi. She's a Nigerian dwarf goat, and so is their daddy. They'll eat and then they'll lay down and rest. We've never had pygmy goats, but I've seen some of them and I think they're adorable as well. Thanks for all the hearts. So they've been enjoying the sun today. Yeah. It's kind of lounging. I think he's worn out. When I came out here, he was bounding around earlier, so you can see the little girl who's standing up is actually trying to eat some hay or straw. He's not necessarily an absentee father, but we did a stud service, so we don't own the dad. These guys don't have names. The two that are mostly black are going to new homes when they're old enough to be weaned, probably around 8 to 12 weeks. The little girl that is mostly white, we are likely going to be retaining her, but we haven't thought of a name yet. I have a hard time thinking up names. We raise them for milk, and also they're good pets. They're not very high maintenance at all. It's pretty much, you want to make sure they have clean water and hay all the time. And then, if you're milking them, they get a little bit of special feed. We have right now, including babies that we aren't keeping, right about 20. And one of them is actually trying to eat my camera. This is actually Coco's little boy from last year. Named the white one Baby. We're trying to think of a name that kind of goes along like with Coco so that we can remember, Yeah, they're really friendly. I mean, you can see this guy, he's right up in my lap. Moo. So goats are actually picky eaters. They don't like to eat food that's fallen on the ground. And they don't like food that's moldy or anything like that. So they get fresh hay, a free choice, so it's out all the time. And Cupcake, that's kind of cute. I like that one. So they have fresh hay, and then Coco and Chanel. Oh, I like that too. That's cute as well. So they have hay, and then they get alfalfa pellets and black oil sunflower seeds and a little tiny bit of grain around, milking time. They are fun to cuddle. You can see this guy's laying partially in my lap. They're very sweet. They like a lot of attention. They're very inquisitive. They like to explore, see what they can get into. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. You have goats on a farm in your area? That's cool. Yeah, these chickens back there are Jubilee Orpingtons. And they're one of the larger breeds of chicken. They can be high maintenance. They're not too bad. We have a layer flock, and as you can kind of see, they just free range and do whatever they want. We feed them twice a day because we ferment their feed so it doesn't stay out all the time. So they just get fed twice a day. Oh, that little goat's gonna say hi to the chicken. So they're not too bad. You do have to, keep the coop clean, and these guys have taken to laying their eggs wherever they want. So the chickens, I personally wouldn't keep a chicken in the house. They're pretty messy. The goats, we actually had 2 of the little ones in the house for, yeah, he's he's quite demanding of attention. Like I said, this is Coco's little boy from last year, and he's a little jealous that she has new babies. But yeah, the goats, you can have them in the house for a little while. Once they get big, they will start to make a mess. But we had some little bottle babies in the house for about a month, and you can actually house train them if you give them, you know, positive reinforcement and treats just like you would a dog. They'll hold it and go outside. So we have the goats and the chickens, and then we have 5 indoor dogs. We don't have any other farm animals right now. Yeah, they do help keep the grass down. Like this area that they've got fenced in, we don't ever have to come in here and mow. However, they do like to browse more than they like to graze, meaning that they'd rather, like, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but they've stripped all the bark and all the lower limbs off this tree. So they'd much rather do like tree limbs and leaves and stuff like that than grass. Lifespan, depends, you know, if you're breeding them and what their general health is, but they can go, you know, 10, 12, 14 years. So they do have a decent lifespan. Yeah, they do pretty good in the winter, as long as they have an enclosure where they, no problem, as long as they have an enclosure where they can get in away from the, you know, the wind and the cold, they do pretty well. They get, you can't see it on Coco, if Onyx comes back over here, I'll show you guys, they get a winter coat actually, and then it sheds out as it gets warmer. So this is kind of the view of the land. And this is our old chicken run. We don't do tours. Thank you. Yeah, we don't do tours right now, just for biosecurity reasons. There's so many things that can be tracked in, especially with the chickens. They're really prone to different diseases. And we have a MPIP certified flock, so we try to prevent, you know, anyone could be even in the farm store, get stuff on their shoes and then track it in. So for that reason, we don't do tours at the moment. Which is why we like to Periscope, because it's a way that we can kind of show everyone around. They do love to be pet. They will try to get into things and eat, but they can get upset stomachs. They like to have baking soda out at all times because they'll get bloated if they eat stuff that doesn't set well with them. Hi, Coco. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. They do get horns. These guys will all be disbudded. We have a couple goats that are polled, meaning they're naturally hornless. And then, like I said, the other ones we get disbudded. About the age they are now, so they're about 8 days old, you can start to feel their little horn buds. Yeah, the chickens are big. And also keeping in mind that these little baby goats are only about 2.5 pounds right now, so that chicken's probably just over double their size. And this is one of our Jubilees, so they tend to be on the larger side anyways. Oh, we can pet them. I usually let them kind of do their own thing, but they're friendly. She's not too protective. We were here when she kidded, so she knows that, you know, we're friendly and helpful with them. Yeah, it's kind of cool the way that chickens and goats interact. And I'll show you guys if Martini's still over here. Oh, she's gotten up. I'm not sure if she would be or not. I would think so. Coco is friendly with us, but she was a little wild when we first got her. So she's not super friendly with strangers anyway, so I would expect she would probably want her babies away from them. But you can see they can be handled. And I guess Martini...
She's under the tree.
She's under the tree, okay. We have a goat who's getting ready to kid any day, so I've been trying to keep an eye on her. So I wanted to show everyone the new baby goats. Thank you all for joining. If you want to give us a follow, you can also follow us on Twitter at MrAnimal Farm, spelled just like Mr. Animal. We actually, we did film her birth. We didn't Periscope it, but it'll be up on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel and we post videos weekly, so it'll be up there. So you can check that out. I'm hoping to get it up within about a month. So you can give us a follow here, and on Twitter we like to try to, broadcast pretty regularly. And I appreciate y'all taking the time to join in and watch the baby goats today. Have a great Sunday.
For more cute animal videos and farming how-tos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.